games, comics, anime. Codenamed Epic.
Welcome everyone to the Ani-Holic Time Chamber with your host.
Oh my god, wow.
Kirby Kid. High fashion.
Rude, guys.
And Jin.
High fashion.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Ani-Holic Time Chamber. I'm Jin.
I'm Kirby Kid.
And today we're going to be talking about Medaka Box. So what do you think?
It's cool to see that it got an anime.
Alright.
It was a manga for a while. Actually, it's still a manga. But they adapted it.
Alright, so let's start.
So the world of Medaka Box is an interesting world that we won't spoil you on because, you got a lot of cool stuff coming up. It's about Medaka. She's the class president as a freshman, which has never happened before.
At least in that school.
At least in that school. And she's perfect at everything. And I'm sure we've all known somebody like that before.
Yeah.
And her best friend, Zenkichi, is kind of resentful of that fact, but also totally in love with her for that fact.
Exactly. And it's funny because he actually reveals it at the... Well, I'm not going to tell you when.
Yeah, I mean, there's part of the episode where he's like, of course you're right, but Medaka's more right. And you're like, that doesn't even make sense.
No, it doesn't.
It's pretty much their adventures as the school council, and the whole premise of the first arc is they're trying to get more members of the school council. But you don't get to that in the first episode. You just get to them acknowledging that fact.
Yeah. Well,
and if you watch the opening, you kind of
get
figure
that
out
idea,
who's going to be in the school council.
Now, if you ever watched any of the animes I'm about to state, then you'll kind of get that idea on how it's going to go. If you ever watch Kaicho wa Maid-Sama, there's Setokai Yakuin Domo.
Of course, Hari.
Haruhi Suzumiya.
It definitely screams Hari.
Yeah, I know, it really does. And Ikitosen. Now think of all of that into one box.
Right. A Medaka Box.
And that's what you get.
Right.
Now,
go ahead.
I don't know if it extends any further than what I've seen already. It probably does.
It does. Everyone who's out there who's read the manga knows it keeps some of the lighthearted feel, but it does undergo a change.
Okay.
But let's talk about the first episode.
Okay.
Before we get too far. The name Medaka Box comes from the suggestion box that she has as president. Her name's Medaka, and it's a box. Medaka Box.
There you go.
Right. The first suggestion is to clear out some punks from the Kendo Club. Now, the head punk, if you look closely, looks a little bit like Kamina. Seeing that it's Gainax doing this, I guess it's okay. But I got a little teary-eyed. I'm like, oh my god, he's back. But he's not. He's still dead. So fans like myself who've been reading Medaka Box for a long time, we kind of know where this is going. And personally, I think it was a good adaptation. At least for the first episode. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but it seems like it's on a good start. But you've never seen any of it, Jen. How do you feel about it?
Well, to me, it was kind of weird at first because she just kind of became larger than life, quite literally.
Right.
And I was just like, wait, is this a supernatural type of anime, or is this what like slice of life? I don't understand. So after kind of reconstructing that in my head, that it's kind of a slice of life with magical powers, I guess, I had to kind of look at it again. So I'm going to be talking about the character design. I mean, the overall character design right now. It's kind of, well, it's not very unique in my opinion, but it looks interesting enough to kind of keep my attention, at least, if you know what I mean, if you watched it already. So
right, especially her outfit, which is drastically different from every other female's outfit, because it has to be.
You don't usually get that in a school setting, especially.
Yeah, and she's a freshman in high school, so she's like 14. Yeah.
You know she's 14,
She's 14.
by the way. Just letting you know, everyone, she is probably 14.
Right, and it's like, your body really shouldn't look like that at 14, but it does, and it's alright. The other characters are pretty kind of bland as well.
They're more generic.
Yeah, but I mean, then again, it's really hard to come up with like a standout character in the first episode in a school where everyone looks uniform.
Yeah, that is true, and she definitely does that.
She stands out a lot. I think Senkichi stands out because his hair is something I haven't seen in a while. Yellow on top and black on the bottom kind of thing.
I don't know.
At first, I thought it was a shadow when I first saw it, but that's his hair. I mean, to me.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, The only one that was like radically different was Shiranui, and even then she's kind of like the generic.
Yeah,
tiny
she's
chick.
generic and
Like
anime
if her hair
character.
was pink, she'd be Yachiru from Bleach.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. I was
You know,
gonna say.
Right. But most characters are like that,
Mhm.
But I think it's got some promise, and there's some people coming up who I can't wait to see how they come onto the screen.
I will have to check that out
You
when
really
I
will, because
when I read it.
there's some madness coming out.
All right. So you guys, if you guys want to take a look at it, look forward to it when it comes out for U.S. release. It's definitely something you should take a look into.
Yeah. Plus, it's Gainax. They can do no wrong. So we want to remind you guys really quick that we still have our Medaka contest going on,
Mhm.
and we have a raw scroll and a DVD, both signed by Christina V.
Mhm.
So that's still out there. Check the front page of our website, codenamedepic.com, for more details. So that's our take on Medaka Box, episode 1. We'll let you guys know more as we find out more.
Mhm.
Thanks for listening, guys. This has been Kirby Kid,
And Jin.
signing off.
Good night, guys.